So again, welcome tonight. I'm very excited to be with you. I am so thrilled and honored to be welcomed as I have been into the JuicePlus family. So excited that Teamzy has been endorsed by the JuicePlus company for you guys to use. So happy that we've been able to negotiate with them a special deal for you guys. This has been an amazing, I don't even know, 6 months or so since we've been working with you guys. It's been so wonderful. Tonight, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Eric Johnson. I'm the creator and CEO of Teamzy. Tonight, I'm going to take you through some training. I'm going to teach you the system that Teamzy is built on. I'm going to teach you a little bit about relationship marketing, which is not just a fun little buzzword. It's actually a system, a way to approach your relationships in a systemized way so you can add value to them and create a predictable business, one that you can forecast and understand exactly where it's going to go. So I'm going to teach you some of the principles behind that. Then I'm going to take you into the app live and we'll set it up. I'll show you how easy it is to set up. I'll show you the best workflows for a power hour. See, the cool thing about Teamzy, not only does it help you build relationships in a systematic way that's congruent with your values and what you stand for as business owners, but it also lets you do all of your DMO in less than 1 hour a day. It helps you be super efficient. You don't have to do any planning or thinking. You just literally just go, boom. Whenever you have a little bit of time, you can crank your business. So I'm really excited about that. So let's just jump in. I've stalled long enough letting people pop on. I see they're still coming on, but that's all good. Let's jump right in, and I'm going to start right into this presentation because I know you guys have a lot of competition for your attention tonight. So this is what I want to talk to you about first, how to leverage relationship marketing to become a power hour boss. Okay, so I could literally spend a month with you teaching you relationship marketing. I'm going to do my best to give you as much as I can in a little bit of time that we have tonight. So I apologize in advance if it feels like you're trying to sip water through a fire hose tonight. Make sure you have pens and paper ready to take some notes. I'm going to give you as much value as I can in the little bit of time we have. Oh, one thing I do want you to know is at the end today, if you stick around till the end, we'll do a Q&A, live Q&A. You can ask me anything. The Q&A button, I think it's right on the bottom or the top, depending on your browser. So you can put questions in there and I'll answer those at the end. Okay, a little bit about my backstory for those of you who haven't met me before. I come from the background of coaching and consulting. I've been a professional business coach for 15 years, helping people build their business. I came from a different industry. I worked primarily with people in the real estate industry for years. And I fell into network marketing by accident. I found some products that really helped me and changed my life. And I just was excited about them, probably like a lot of you are, right? And didn't really know anything about the business, didn't know anything about how people were doing it or anything. And when I did finally realize there was a great business opportunity there for something I could do on the side, I looked at it from that kind of perspective of a business consultant. And I said to myself, okay, Eric, how much time do you have? 1 hour a day? Okay, great. You know what you need to do? How can we leverage that time, that 1 hour, so you can get everything done that needs to be done? So I started looking for tools, professional tools to help me leverage my time, get really efficient, and work the system that I know, and the way to stay systematically in contact, which I'm going to teach you a little bit about tonight. And the long story short, there was nothing out there. There was nothing out there. Any type of software that was designed to help you do contact management, like CRMs and things like that. I'm not a software person. I hated all of them. They were overcomplicated, and none of them kept me focused on what I needed to be doing. They were like filing cabinets or encyclopedia sets, places where you logged history. I needed something dynamic that told me, Eric, just go do this today. So anyways, long story short, we built it. That's Teamzy. I'll show it to you in a little bit. But first, I want to talk to you a little bit about relationship marketing. It's kind of a buzzword nowadays. After teaching it for 15 years, it's fun to see it be a buzzword. But relationship marketing is not just selling stuff to your friends. That's not what relationship marketing is, okay? I want you guys to understand first and foremost that relationship marketing is a lead generation system. A lead generation system, that's a system that initiates consumer interest or inquiry into the products or services of a business. It's important to understand because as business owners, franchise owners, you have to decide what lead generation system works best for you, what's congruent with who you are, what's something that you can sustain without getting burnt out and actually find enjoyable in serving people. Relationship marketing is one of many lead generation systems. I happen to think it's the best one because it's congruent with my heart, which is to serve others and help them at a deep level while being successful, right? Okay, so here's one principle I want you guys to understand right at the beginning, maybe a mindset shift for some of you. You're in the lead generation business. Your business is not marketing health products or tower gardens or whatever you think it is. It's lead generation. That's your business. As the owner of the business, your job is to make it rain. Okay? You're in the lead generation business. It does not matter how busy you were today, how many products you sold today. If you did not do the work required to generate new leads for your business, you did not work on your business today. Okay? Now here's the good news. With relationship marketing, let me give you this principle. Developing and deepening relationships is the paramount duty as a business owner. Okay, developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. So the cool thing is lead generation for us means meeting people so we can build relationships with them. Okay? In relationship marketing, a new lead is a new relationship. It doesn't mean it's a new sale. It doesn't mean it's a new recruit. It means it's a new relationship. And I'm going to explain a little bit as I can tonight. A relationship is worth way more than a sale or a recruit. A relationship is worth hundreds of sales and recruits. So what we do with relationship marketing is we turn relationships into advocates by investing time and providing outstanding service. We turn our relationships into advocates by investing time and providing outstanding service. Okay? And you guys understand what an advocate is, right? You're advocates already. For lots of things. An advocate is somebody who's so excited about something they can't help talking about it and telling others about it. That is what we'll be creating through this system. Here's the next principle I want you to get down. Relationship marketing depends on trust. Relationship marketing depends on trust. In other words, if you're a jerk, this ain't gonna work. Okay? If you're a jerk, this ain't gonna work. How many of you have met people in this business who were less than genuine? Unfortunately, it's true. And our industry has a bad reputation because there have been lots of people before us who were less than genuine. And a lot of what is traditionally taught in our industry is not genuine. You need to understand relationship marketing depends on trust. Now, here's the good news. Trust makes the work fun. If someone trusts you even just a little bit, you don't have to convince them. You don't have to sell them. You can get right to helping them. Also, trust takes the ickiness out of the process. How many of you are like me and are terrified of being seen as the icky salesperson? That's why a lot of people don't want to do our business. I don't want to do the icky salesperson thing to my friends. You don't have to be icky if you build trust, okay? Also, you get to go for yes. You get to go for yes. Now, I don't know about you guys. You know, when I first started in this business for a period of time, just a little side note, I want you guys to know, I got a brand new tower garden this week and I just set it up today. Can I get a high five? Yep. I saw Farmer Joe here in San Diego and I got all my seedlings today. How awesome is that? Yep. You've got me fully indoctrinated. So my history, I was a Beachbody coach for a time. And when I got into that business, I ranked up really quickly and I didn't understand how the comp plan even worked. But when I ranked up to a certain leadership level, they put me in a group of other leaders where they had a person from corporate helping me along. This happens for you guys too. And the first thing they said was, we're going to learn how to go for no together. We're going to go for no. And I was like, we're going to what? They're like, we're going to go for no. We're going to just go through our list. Here's the script. Message every single person on the planet that you know. And it's okay when they say no. It's okay when they reject you. It's a badge of honor. We'll just keep on going until we get to the yeses. I was like, you guys are insane. I would never do that. Are you kidding me? So what happens when they say no? You throw them over your shoulder like a dead body and move on? These are my friends and family. I would never do that to my friends and family. Are you insane? That's nuts. Yet that's taught so much. No, with relationship marketing, guys, you get to go for yes. You get to go for yes. You build bridges. You don't burn them. Okay? And I'll explain that more as we go. So how do you build trust? How do you build trust? Number one. Well, before I get to number one, let me tell you, there's 4 ingredients. There's 4 essential ingredients to building trust. Okay? Let's go through these quickly and then I'll break them out for you and I'll give you guys some tips you can apply in your business on this. Number 1 is chemistry. Chemistry. Chemistry, okay? Number 2 is character. Number 2 is character. Number 3 is competence. Competence. And number 4 is consistency. Chemistry, character, competence, consistency. The 4 essential ingredients to building trust. So how do we do it? Let's go through these. Chemistry. Chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? Chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? Look, let me just put this simply. Most people want to do business with a friend, and most find it hard to do business with someone they don't like. Make sense? So what you do is you got to ask questions. You got to find out what you have in common with somebody. You have something in common with everybody. Figure out what you have in common so they can relate to you, so you have an opportunity to help them. Number 2, character. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you are relatable. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you are relatable. Again, guys, please notice this definition of character is not something you have, it's something you do. Character is not something you have, it's something you do. We treat it like it's something we have, and we're offended if someone questions it. Every single day when you wake up, it is your turn to demonstrate your character all over again. It doesn't matter what your character was yesterday, it matters what it is today. Okay? Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you're relatable. Competence. Competence is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and you're a business person. Okay? You're good at what you do and you're a business person. There's 2 pieces. I need to know, can you help me? Do you know enough about your products to help me? Oh my gosh. You know, setting up my tower garden, my friend Ron, who's helping me, and it was really hard to choose because I know so many amazing JuicePlus people, has been such a font of knowledge. Are you somebody that is competent enough that can help me solve my problems with your products? That's number 1. Number 2 is, do I trust you to mentor me in the business? Do I want to join your team? These are the things I need to be seeing from you. Are you competent? So you've got to learn everything you can about your products. You've got to learn about the business. You've got to figure out how to mentor people. Now, just real quick on this. If you are new, anybody new on the call? Got a few probably. If you're new to the business, a lot of times you'll hear old school trainers say things like, just fake it till you make it. Just fake it till you make it. I want you to understand that that term, fake it till you make it, refers to your enthusiasm. Not your experience, your knowledge. You don't want to fake it. You want people to know you're new. Tell them you're new. Listen, I'm brand new as well, but this is where you do it. You leverage your team. I'm part of one of the best teams, one of the most experienced people. I'm one text message away from the most experienced and knowledgeable person in this field. You join the team with me, we'll both plug into this training program that's in place, the team, the mentorship. It's amazing. It's all there. We're in the right place at the right time. So if you're new, lean into the experience and competence of your team. If you're a leader, tell your new people, just lean into my competence until you get your own. And you guys know how to do that, how to support them, how to help them with their calls and help them through with their customers. Chemistry, character, competence. Everything you do, everything you say, the way you walk, the way you drive, the way you sign your thank you cards needs to be keeping these in mind. Does this make sense? Now, there's a principle behind this. When someone's going to do business with you, this is the principle. They only care about 3 things. Are you good at what you do? Can I trust you? Do you care about me? Are you good at what you do? Can I trust you? Do you care about me? Are you good at what you do? These are the unspoken, I call them emotion. They're like emotions. They're from the heart that people feel. It's like a feeling that they need answered when they do business with you. And the process of relationship marketing helps you build trust so that you can answer these in people's heart for them. I want you guys to understand, just a little side note, if you're getting any objections in your business, objections come from these 3 questions being asked at a deep level. I'm not sure if I can trust this person, so I've got to ask some more questions, or I've got some objections. Do you care about me? I don't know. Do you care about me? I don't know. Maybe you just want the sale. So sometimes those objections, you overcome the objections as you would, but understand that as you build the relationship and deepen the trust, you will remove objections. Okay? And you will get to a place, and I've had this happen to me, where people take a photo. They're not supposed to do this, but people will take a photograph of their credit card and text it to you and say, just order me my products. I trust you. And it's like, oh my gosh, that's a little bit too much. But the point is objections come from these questions. Okay? Consistency, number 4, consistency. Consistency. All right. Let's be honest. How many of you, when you saw consistency, were like, there's the rub? That's the hard part, right? That's the hard part. Totally. I'm with you on that one. Here's the principle. People respect consistency and they desire it for themselves. People respect consistency and they desire it for themselves. All right, let's talk about this for a second. How many of you have kids? How important is it to be consistent with your kids in order to build trust? Is there anything more important than that? It's the same with customers. It's the same with people on your team and relationships. Don't tell me, show me, right? And the more consistent you are, the more people trust you. This is the most important piece, guys. You just need to understand this. I love this principle, by the way, that they respect consistency and desire it for themselves. The consistency builds trust, but it also attracts people to you. People want to be around you, right? They want to be part of what you're doing because they see you being consistent. This principle, by the way, comes from one of my favorite books. I will recommend it. If you have not read this, put it on your reading list. It's called Influence, the Psychology of Persuasion. I don't know if you can see it in the thumbnail, so I'll just put it on the screen here. The Psychology of Persuasion by Robert Cialdini. Awesome read. He talks about, there's a whole chapter in here about consistency. How many of you are consistent products of the product? You use your products. You take your capsules. You've got your towers growing. You're doing it. You're living the life. Awesome. Love it. But here's the question, which is important, by the way. It's a huge piece of it, right? You can't represent a product that's not part of your lifestyle, obviously. But when it comes to building relationships, here's the real question. Are you consistently in touch with people? Are you consistent with your relationships? I know a lot of you are good about posting on social media and things like that, but are you consistent with actually staying in touch with people? This is the most important part, right? And this is why you guys are here tonight. This is why Teamzy is in your life, because it's going to help you do that. But I want you guys to understand this principle. People won't believe you until they see you. People won't believe you until they see you. What do I mean by this? You start living your life on social media, sharing your story and your journey. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. JuicePlus is amazing. It's so wonderful. I feel amazing. I'm healthy. Some of you have had major transformations in your health. You're sharing these stories. I saw a great video today from one of you about the capsules, the juicing. You guys did, this was a video where somebody went and they juiced, then they did all this juicing. And then they said, or you could just press the easy button and use these, right? It was a great video, really. Like, I see that kind of stuff and it's amazing. And here's what I want you guys to know. The people who are connected to you are watching all that too. They're watching it. But here's what I want you to understand. When you do a great post and you get some likes, you get some comments, did you ever wonder where are the rest of the people that I'm connected to? It's a small fraction, right, that are interacting. Here, everybody's watching, not just the small fraction, but most of them are not connected to you. They think that you're like a TV show they're watching. They don't believe that you are inviting them personally. Why would they think that you are inviting them personally when they haven't heard from you personally? Does this make sense? If they haven't heard from you, they don't believe you. They haven't heard from you since high school. You're not talking to them, but it's kind of cool what you're doing. You need to understand relationship building is a contact sport. There's only one way to do it, and that's by being in contact with people. There's no other way to do it. Social media is amazing. It lets us feel like we know what's happening in people's lives, but it doesn't connect us to people. Connecting with people connects you to people. Okay, here's your principle. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. If you haven't taken any notes tonight, write that one down. At least get that one down. I'm going to jump off this presentation in a second and take you over to Teamzy, and we're going to start actually applying some of these principles. But first, I want to tell you a little example on this. Hold on, let me just see if I can stop my share for a second. Look at you guys. Hi, everybody. Okay. How many of you have ever received, and you've got this little button, you can raise your hands because I can't see your faces, which is great. Am I blurry? Whoa, now I'm really blurry. I shouldn't have done that. I'm over here, camera, autofocus. Better? There we go. How many of you have ever received a card from somebody that you really care about? Like a beautiful card. I've got one right here. I've got one right here from my dad, my last birthday. My dad's 80, how old is he now? 84? He wrote me the most beautiful message. Have you guys ever received a card like that from somebody you care about and that has really moved you emotionally? How many of you guys? Oh yeah, I see the hands going up. It's kind of funny when you get a card like that, how it can have such a deep impact on you emotionally. Sometimes it's somebody that you're around every single day and they talk to you all day long and their words don't have that impact, but when they write it in a card, it does, right? Isn't that funny? How many of you, when you get a card like that, after you've read it, are able to just crumble it up, throw it in the trash and be like, that was nice, see you later? Anybody actually throw those things away? I mean, I know there's probably, on a call with this many people, there's probably a few of you who do that because you've been watching Marie Kondo's show too much. But most of you don't. Most of us keep those cards. We have a special place where we put the ones that are nearest and dearest to our hearts, and we save them forever. Sometimes we even think, gosh, I wish I don't have to keep this, but I can't part with it. What's amazing about it is years later, if you go pull one of those cards out, in fact, I'll challenge you all to do this tonight just for fun. Go to the drawer or the box where you keep all those cards and letters, pull one out at random and read it, and watch how it has the same, sometimes even stronger emotional impact on you than it did the first time you read it. It's amazing. In fact, what I think is so cool about this is after we pass away, often our family will keep those cards and letters long after we're gone. It's actually treasured multi-generationally. Now, here's another question. I recently got this. Some of you have seen me hold this up, so you're already giggling. You know what's happening. This is a happy birthday postcard. Okay, it's from my life insurance salesman. Okay, so my post, this is nice. This is happy birthday. It says, wishing you all the best. And it looks like it's handwritten, but it's not, right? And that's from my life insurance salesman. Happy birthday. It's nice, right? Do you guys ever get these from your dentist, your insurance salesman, or whatever? It's nice. And you know, and it has, I'm trying to get focused again. There we go. It has a, you know, it has a momentary, like, oh, that was nice. And then what happens? Those get thrown away, don't they? Those get immediately thrown away. Those aren't kept. What's the difference? Why does this have no value? And this, look, he wrote so much he had to put a letter in it. This you keep forever. What's the difference? The difference is time. This postcard took no time and it has no value. In the social media world, this is like a Facebook post. It's nice. It's nice. And then you forget about it. Connecting with somebody one-on-one makes a difference. It's an investment of time. It's an investment of care. That's how you deepen a relationship. You guys getting this? Does this make sense? Now, here's what I want you to know. Do you need to be writing letters to all your prospects and customers and team members? No, but cards, writing a card on, you know, when appropriate is a great thing to do. They'll keep it forever. But even just messaging somebody on Facebook or sending them a personal text message, just a one-on-one message, just something really quick, a 2-second investment of time, which is more than they're used to getting, can make their day. Okay, and I'm going to talk to you tonight about making someone's day. It's the first step to building a massive business is making people's day and just focusing there. How do I make this person's day? How do I reach out to make this person's day? I call it Make Someone's Day Mindset. It's one of our hashtags at Teamzy. Hashtag Make Someone's Day Mindset. Okay? And just investing that time, that is so valuable. People need connection more than ever, and nobody is doing. Those of you guys, now I know I've seen some names here that I know tonight. Some of you have been using Teamzy. How incredible has it been just making people's day and the connections you're building with people, right? And sometimes just being there at that exact moment someone needed somebody so badly, and out of the blue, you message to make their day. Because some guy at Teamzy told you it was a good way to build your business, and all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, I actually can make a deep impact in people's lives all the time. People need love everywhere, right? All right, let me jump back over here. I'm getting too excited. We got to get into Teamzy. I think I've got one more slide. Here's the thing. I'm teaching you guys the principles. I know you like them. The reason why we're aligned with JuicePlus is because our principles are aligned with yours, right? But you need a system. You can't just say, well, I'm going to do my business with heart. I'm going to love people and go willy-nilly about it. You need a system. You got to have a way to stay in contact with all your relationships. One-on-one contact. People are always like, Eric, why don't you do blast email systems in Teamzy? Because I know that you guys will get lazy and forget that you need to connect one-on-one, okay? One-on-one contact. Stay in contact with everybody. Know when to contact them. You don't need to spend a year or a month or even an hour planning your power hour. You need to just turn on Teamzy and go. Know when you're going to contact people. Who's up today? Know what to say. How do I make this person stay and start a conversation without spending an hour staring at my computer screen trying to think of the perfect message? How many of you guys, that's you? That was me for a long time till I figured it out. And then make sure that nobody ever falls through the cracks. Make sure that nobody's falling through the cracks. In a little while, I'm going to talk to you guys about following up. 80% of the business that's available to you, you're missing right now because they're falling through the cracks. Okay, but I'm going to teach you tonight, so don't worry. All right, let's jump out of here real quick. Let's go into Teamzy. While I'm pulling this up, for those of you who aren't already using Teamzy, you go to teamzy.com and start a free trial. It's free for 30 days. We don't ask for your credit card or anything. It's 100% free for 30 days. Okay, so you can generate a bunch of momentum for free. When the 30 days is up, JuicePlus Distributors, thanks to your company negotiating with us a discount for you, you get 34% off the normal rate of Teamzy. So it's like 60 cents a day. Oh my gosh, so cheap. Okay, I'm going to show you how this works. You're looking at my Teamzy dashboard. When you first start your free trial, it will bring you into the setup wizard. The setup wizard is designed for people like me who struggle with software and need it to be easy. It helps you set it up. So let me show you how this works. If you've already dismissed it, I'm going to open it up right here. All right, so the setup wizard, hey, I recognize that guy. All right, let's keep going. What we're gonna do is we're gonna set your income goal, number one. Once you set an income goal, Teamzy will take that income goal, backward engineer it, and tell you what to do each day to hit it. So you will actually know exactly what to do each day in your business to get to your goals. How cool is that? How many of you guys would like to just know what to do today? We're gonna help you create a powerful why. I'm gonna explain that in a second. I'm going to explain in a second why that's so important. And then we're going to get all your contacts into Teamzy so that they're in one place. Super, mega organized. Honestly, you cannot build a successful business if you're feeling disorganized and scattered. Okay? And if you're keeping people on notebooks or pads of paper or sticky notes or I don't know what, are those with you in the grocery store? Are those with you when you're waiting to pick up your kids at school? No, it's got to be in place like Teamzy so that you can get it at your phone and it's always there. Okay? Let's go. So I'm going to click start. The first step is setting your income goal. Okay, you'll come to this empty box and I just want you to put a number in there. This is your 12-month goal. So this is how much you would like to be making annually a year from now. Okay, so I put $150,000 as my goal. That was the goal when I started my business. For those of you guys who already have, I know there's a lot of leaders on this call. You've already got a significant income from your JuicePlus business. What I want you to do is put the difference. I want to increase mine by 100,000 this year. Okay, so put the difference. If you're new, put the full number. I put 150. Okay, that's an example. Now let's click continue to the next page. Teamzy's telling me that if I want to get to this income level in 12 months, I need to connect with 4,348 people. Oh, that's easy, right? How many of you think that's an easy thing to do? Well, how do you eat an elephant? Do you guys know? One bite at a time, right? I'll continue to the next page. This is called the breakdown. This breaks it into my groups, prospects, customers, and distributors, okay? And then it breaks it down yearly, monthly, weekly, and daily. It gives me a target to do each day that I can actually take a bite out of. So here's my daily goals based on my income goal that I set with Teamzy. It's recommending I connect with 9 prospects each day, 6 customers, and 4 of my distributors each day, okay? That's 19 people. I'm going to show you tonight that's maybe 20 minutes of work, okay? Once you get used to Teamzy, it might take you a little longer the first month, but then you're going to get really good at this. Now, let's say you're new. I know we had some new people in here, and you've got no distributors yet. So you can modify these just by writing over them. So let's say you're new. I'm going to take that distributor goal to 0 for now because I don't have any, right? And I'll just add it to my prospects list. Same thing with customers. Let's say you've got nothing. You're brand new. You could make that goal 19 and make these 0 for now. Okay, because you can always change these. Make sense? Now I'm going to put them back the way they were so that for sake of demonstration. Okay, so these goals, connecting with your prospects, customers, and distributors, this is not cold messaging a link. This is not cold messaging an offer. This is not sending somebody a video. Could you give me your opinion on this video, please? Because I respect your opinion. Gag. Look, I know that's the network marketing Bible, but people hate it when that happens to them. So stop doing that, if you want my opinion. No, what I mean is this is just connect. This is just to reach out, connect, and make someone's day. That's it. The goal is to make them smile. just to make them smile. And I'll show you how to do that in a little bit. Okay, that's the first goal, just to connect, make someone's day. Now, see this invite goal? So by the way, that part is super easy, so easy to do. I'll show you that in a minute. The daily invites. Now, this is where an invite is where I've had a conversation with somebody, I've uncovered some interest. They're interested in learning more. Now I'm going to invite them to something. I'm going to invite them to a salad in a jar party. I'm going to invite them to an online event. I'm going to invite them to a live event. I'm going to invite them to coffee, right? This is where I'm going to actually present the business or the products to them. That's 3 out of 19. That's my goal. Make sense? Now, ads, the last box, this is just new people you're putting in Teamzy. Maybe people you hadn't thought of before, maybe people you're meeting, maybe people you're meeting in social media. You're putting them into your Teamzy account. Okay, those are your ads goal. So this, when you click continue, once you have these the way you want, it now has configured this Teamzy account to my goals. Let me skip out and I'll show you what it looks like. Now when you look at today's activities, which is the goals for today, you can see my goal is to connect with 9 prospects, 6 customers, 4 distributors, invite 3, and add 3. By the way, it's all zeros because we haven't done any work yet. We'll do that in a minute. Okay? Now the next step here is finding your why. Finding your why. Just real quick, pull your hands down if you left your hand raised in the webinar. How many of you, just by show of hands real quick, how many of you have a written why statement? Okay, now leave your hands up only if you've read it to yourself today. Oh, the numbers went way down. But I'm really impressed, by the way, with how many of you have a written why statement. Congratulations. However, it was a very small percentage of the call. And I want you guys to understand this is really important because I don't know if you know the statistic, but 1 out of 2 people quit the business their first year. Okay, they quit the business their first year. And that's a lot. That's a lot of people, right? Just in JuicePlus, I don't know the numbers, but my guess is that it's hundreds of thousands of people. Okay? And the thing is that you got to figure out your why, because if you don't understand, if you don't have a good reason not to, you will quit as well. Because that's just what we do. We quit. I mean, when things are hard or boring or whatever, we just quit unless you have a good reason to. Now, for those of you who sometimes struggle with doing your DMO, like, ugh, I'm struggling with it. It just means your why is not deep enough. Okay? Real quick, let me just ask you guys a question. I asked you guys earlier, how many of you are parents, grandparents? How many of you have raised kids or are raising kids? Quick question for you. In all the time that you've been raising or raised your kids, did you ever miss a day where you didn't give them something to eat? How many of you failed to feed your kids? Ever? Never. Now, how many of you have failed to feed your business a time or two? All of you. The difference is with your kids, the why is clear and non-negotiable, right? And it's not with your business. I'm not saying that your business should be as important as feeding your children. I am saying I'm drawing a distinction so you understand why you are so consistent with one and not the other. So a lot of you think that figuring out, does my husband count? Someone says, yeah, we'll count him. He's important too. Some of you have not done this yet because it feels hard. It seems like something strange and weird that you got to go through in order to get here. And I'll be honest, in the beginning for me, it felt that way too. I thought I was going to have to go to Sedona and sit in a sweat lodge or something to get this thing down. The truth is one of my business partners, Mike Lopez, and I, we've been to like every class. We've read all the books. It's not that difficult. We've simplified and boiled it down for you to 5 questions. I'm going to take you through it really quick, just really quick. I'll share my story as an example. We'll go through this process. I want you to see how easy it is to do, and I want you to see how easy it is to lead team members through this, okay? Because people will sign up without a good reason. You got to get them to that important reason quickly before they lose interest in the business. Make sense? All right, let's jump back into Teams and go through this. So, first question. These questions are just thought-provoking questions. You just put your notes in here. No one's going to see it but you. Why did you become a distributor? Why? Why did you sign up? So here was my story. I lost 60 pounds in 100 days. Yeah. And it was life-changing for me. It was life-changing. I can't even, I mean, you guys know because you're in the health business. What it's like being healthy suddenly, it's amazing. And I just didn't just lose 60 pounds. I was getting fit and I was eating healthy, clearing my system. It was awesome. People were asking me about it all the time. Hey man, what are you doing? 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 And I was telling them I wasn't getting paid. I wasn't a distributor. My wife said, dummy, go sign up so that you can get paid for all those referrals. So I did. That's why my wife told me to, and it made sense. I wasn't really thinking about anything more than that. Next question, what do you hope to accomplish? I remember asking my sponsor, hey man, do you think I can make $500 a month extra doing this? Just, maybe an hour a day, just building this up. He said, yeah, I think you could do that. No problem. Great. I just wanted to make $500 a month extra money. I wasn't planning to change the industry. I didn't know there was anything wrong with it, right? I just wanted to make some extra money. Next question, why is that important to you? Why is that important to you? What I wanted to do with that $500 was put it in the bank. I just wanted to put it in the bank and save it. Now, some of you know my story, some of you don't. I worked in a business of coaching and training real estate agents. It was an awesome business because real estate grew and grew and grew and grew and grew and grew. And we saw our business grow 30, 40% a year for 10 straight years. And then what happened? Do you guys remember the Great Recession? Yeah, so everybody I knew, including myself, were suddenly out of work, looking for work. That industry that grew and grew and grew disappeared in like one day. And that was a scary time for a lot of us, right? I'm sure a lot of you on the call, that was a scary time. And I'm grateful that, by God's good grace, we made it. Our family made it through that recession pretty intact, though it was challenging. And we used our savings up pretty quickly and we started living paycheck to paycheck. And living paycheck to paycheck, it's better than not making it, but it's a pretty scary spot too. And so I thought, man, if I could make $500 a month extra money and put it in my bank account, that would feel great. Make sense? So there was a little bit of an emotional reason there, but I hadn't really thought of that when I signed up. Next question, what would achieving this mean for you and your family? What would achieving this mean for you and your family? In my case, I dreamt of buying a new home. Now, during the recession, we were 6 figures upside down on our mortgage. So to sell our home, we would have to pay 6 figures to somebody else. But I thought, man, if I could put $500 in a month, $500 in the bank every month for long enough, I could buy a new home for my family. I dreamt of a new home. We'd outgrown our home. My wife and I have 4 kids. And we were just crammed in on top of each other. We had nowhere to move. And I just dreamt of having a little bit more space, maybe a home office for myself, things like that. Some of you guys can relate to that dream. Next question. Do you guys see how in just 5 minutes I went from, okay, sure, I guess I'll sign up, why not, to, wow, I could save some money and maybe buy a house with this. It got me thinking and dreaming and excited. Next question. Why is that meaningful? How does this make you feel? Why is that meaningful? How does that make you feel? Okay. Now, I don't know about you. I don't know if you think that buying a home is a meaningful goal. I struggled with this a little and I still struggle. I'll just be transparent with you guys. I feel guilty about being successful sometimes. Anybody else feel that way? Yeah. I feel guilty sometimes about being successful. I feel guilty about making goals that cost a lot of money. And that's just something I'm working through, and that's something between God and me, right? But at the same time, I want more for my family. So the whole thought of buying a new home, I was like, is that just a materialistic goal? What is it? And I really had to kind of do some reflection on it. Here's what I came up with. The home was a symbol. It was symbolic. It wasn't the actual house, though I did want a new house. It was symbolic of my family. It wasn't just that the home was like this. It was that my family life was not where I wanted it to be. See, this was my life. I got up in the morning and I left for work. I kissed my kids goodbye. They're still in bed in their pajamas. I went to work, provided, good husband, provided for my family, good dad. Come home in the evening, my kids are in pajamas again, getting ready for bed. I kiss them goodnight, pray with them, and send them to bed. That was my relationship with my kids. I realized that I was going to miss their entire childhood if something didn't change. And then the kids would go to bed and I'd get 45 minutes with my wife. That is not a marriage. That is not a foundation for a marriage. The home was symbolic of my family. It wasn't that I needed a new house. It was that the life I had with my family was not what I wanted. I didn't want to just provide. I wanted to be part of it. I wanted to have an influence. I wanted to be present. And living paycheck to paycheck was not my dream either. How many of you guys can relate to that? So going through this process and really thinking about it for like 15 minutes. I'm talking 15 minutes of your life. Seriously, we just don't take time to do this. When we're in survival mode, we don't take time to look deep. We're too busy trying to figure out the next thing we need to do. I wrote my first why statement. I want you guys to understand this was just 3 years ago. That's it. 3 years ago, I wrote my first why statement. I'm going to share it with you. Obviously, you'll write your own. Mine is the sample text in Teamzy, so you'll all see it in your account. This was the why I wrote 3 years ago. To create a life where I never have to worry about money again. I enjoy quality time with my family, and I'm present for my children on a daily basis. I'm healthy and full of energy, okay? To create a life where I never have to worry about money again. I wasn't going to worry about someone laying me off ever again. I'm in control. I wanted to be with my family. I want to be present for them every single day. Does this make sense? I wrote this why. Now, here's the thing I want you to know functionally. You write your why in this box. Oh, I can't even type. What is Ooper? Here I am present with my kids. I don't know if you guys can hear my baby crying right outside my door. Your why goes here, right? You type it in this box, and when you click continue, I'll skip out so you can see it. It publishes right here on your dashboard. So you can see your why right there and read it every single day. Here's what having your why written down in front of you will do for you. It will convict you. It will convict you. I'm about to show you how fast it is to do a power hour in Teamzy. It's going to be 20, 30 minutes of your day to crush a power hour, connect with 20 people every single day, create tons of conversations and momentum in your business. But you're still going to have days where you don't want to do it, where you feel like you got excuses to not do it. Your why will convict you. See, now instead of just going, well, whatever, I already talked to 20 people this week, I'll skip today. Now you have to say to yourself, do I want to stay stuck in my current reality, or do I want to work towards my why? Yes or no? And if you get a success partner to hold you accountable, which I'll talk about at the end, even more so you're convicted about that why. The why convicts you. Here's what happened to me when I wrote this down 3 years ago. Within 90 days of writing this down, I left my corporate career. See, I had been thinking of my corporate, my network marketing business as my extra money, and my corporate career, which I loved, was good money. I made better than 6 figures. First I had a switch. I started thinking of my corporate career as extra money and my business as my primary thing. See, because I was stuck in my career, but my business had no limits. I was like, I need to focus on this, and I'm going to let those guys pay me 6 figures while I figure it out. So the first switch I had was my business stopped being extra and became the main thing. My salary became extra, right? The next thing that happened was within 90 days, I left my corporate career. I came home to work full-time on my business, which was a leap of faith. It was a leap of faith. Now, just a quick, so you guys understand how having a clear why can help you kind of figure it out. I had nowhere to work. We lived in a small home. There was nowhere for me to work. We didn't even have a kitchen table where I could work, okay? What I did was, some of you guys know the story. I went to Home Depot, and you know when you walk into Home Depot, there's sheds sitting out front. You know, you put your lawnmower or snow blowers or whatever in there, right? I bought one of those sheds. I had it thrown in my backyard. I drilled a hole in the wall. I ran an extension cord through that hole. And I started building my business in my shed. I'm going to show you. I found a photo of recently from the shed quarters. Here it is. Look at this. You guys see this? This is one of my business partners, Mike Lopez, and I in my shoffice, in my backyard. You know what? It's about figuring it out. It's about figuring it out and making it happen. This was just 3 years ago, guys. And you can see on my homemade whiteboard in the back that I brought him over to talk to him about this idea I had for something called Teamzy. And here I am on a national broadcast with you 3 years later, talking to you about Teamzy. 80,000 network marketers are using Teamzy because I wrote my why statement down. Do you guys get this? Don't skip this. Don't let your team members skip this. If they don't have a why that's really gets them in the gut, they're probably going to quit the business. And you probably will too if you don't. So don't skip it. Okay, that's why I spent some time on it tonight. Now let's jump back in here to Teamzy. The last step of the setup wizard is getting all of your contacts imported. Okay. Now, a couple things I want you to know. Putting contacts into Teamzy, if you're outside of the setup wizard, see this add contact button right here on the top? You really can't mess this up. You can put people in one at a time here, or you can click on upload a file and import a full file. Okay. Now, to get the instructions on how to do those uploads, what I want you to do is you go over to the Help Center on the left side of the screen. See where it says Help Center? Go to the Help Center. This is where you have videos and FAQs and things. You want to start with your back office and get your team, get your distributors in first, then your customers, and then I would get your Facebook contacts. So here's what you do. You click on this. Boom. So easy, you guys. You select JuicePlus, right? You can see the step-by-step instructions here on how to do it. That's how to get your back office files in. Hopefully, as we get a little farther down the line with our partnership with JuicePlus, we might even be able to get this programmed for you guys. That'd be great. Here's the instructions for Facebook, for your Facebook contacts. How cool is it that you can get all of your Facebook contacts into Teamzy? So you're not going like this through Facebook Messenger, talking to the same 20 people. You can systematically connect with people, okay? So once you get all your contacts in, again, the order is this, write it down. Distributors first, then customers, then Facebook friends, okay? Do it in that order. Because that way you can put them in and they go into the right category. See, like this. Perfect. Okay, great. One more step real quick to set up, and then we're going to do our power hour. The last step for setting up, I jumped over to the team page down the left side of Teamzy. The team page is your full CRM. This is your electronic Rolodex, guys. This is where all your contacts live. See the full list? And if you click on a name, on the right, you'll have all their contact information, all the notes, all the connections you've ever recorded with them is in the activity feed. Everything is there, okay? So what you're going to do on this page is you're going to rank your contacts. And I'm going to turn on rank mode by going here to the 3 dots and turning on rank mode. Rank mode lets you go down your list quickly and rank people on a 5-star scale. This is a very simple system that allows Teamzy to create your daily connect list. Why is it so important to rank people? I want you guys to understand, many of you have heard of the 80-20 rule. This is the law of marketing. 20% of your business will come, I'm sorry, let me flip that. 80% of your business will come from 20% of your relationships. Your best people, your hottest leads will bring 80% of your business. However, you still need to be in touch with everybody because you never know what advocate is sleeping in your list. So what we do is we're going to bring people up more often that have more stars. They're going to show up more often. And you're going to talk to everybody, but at different frequencies. The hotter the person, the better the relationship, the more often they come up. That's all. So we're going to go through this list quickly and just click on them to rank them. If you want to rank them down, you just click on them. If you want to rank them up, you just click on it. Simple. Okay? You don't even have to rank everybody because everyone starts as a 3-star. So you got to go up or down. You just want to find your 4s and 5s to get started. So let me go through really quick. I know I'm giving you a lot of information, but I want to do this power hour with you guys. Here is what these mean. A 5-star is somebody most likely to become a customer or a distributor. Or they're an existing customer or distributor that's a rock star in your team. Your favorite people, these are your favorite people, your best friends, your closest family, they're 5-star people. They show up on your list every single month. Every 30 days they come up to connect, just to say hello, invest in the relationship, check in on them. 4 stars, they're someone likely to become a customer or distributor with a little nurturing, or they're an existing customer or distributor who's consistently performing. They're your friends, your family. They show up every 60 days. 4 stars, 60 days. 3 stars could go either way. They show up every 90 days. 2 stars are getting a bit colder. They show up every 120 days. Make sense? You've got to rank. If you don't rank, here's what happens. You end up just connecting with people as they come up, and you're not spending, sometimes you may not talk to any of those hot leads for a month or 2. And you're wondering why you're not creating immediate sales and immediate conversions. See, as you're using Teamzy, you're going to get immediate sales and immediate conversions, and you're going to be also building relationships for the long-term sale as you go. So that it's kind of like you're walking into an orchard of fruit trees, and some of the fruit is ripe, and some of the fruit needs water and sunshine and fertilizer. Make sense? Okay. When you're done with this, you don't have to save it. It auto saves as you go. You can just toggle back to the dashboard. Now we are ready to do a power hour. You guys ready? Okay, great. Let's do it. Now, the power hour module is right here in the center of the screen. See where it says power hour? There's 2 pieces of this. The first is the who's up next lists. It's got my prospects, my customers, my distributors, and my follow-ups. Okay? My prospects, the customers, distributors, follow-ups. These lists in the Power Hour module only show you 5 names at a time. That's on purpose. That's to keep you focused and to keep you from getting overwhelmed, right? You always have access to everybody, of course, on the team page. But in the Power Hour module, it's to keep you focused. Now, the right-hand side is where we log the activity as we go. See, Teamzy is going to tell me who to connect with. I'm going to log it right now as I do it, and I don't have to go back and do any work later. Make sense? It's all done as I go. The cool thing is Teamzy is fully mobile. So if I'm not near my computer, but I have my phone, I can pull it up, see who's next. I can message them and log it as I go. I don't ever have to go back and do homework. Make sense? Okay. First person on my list, and we always go left to right. Okay, always go left to right. First, so we're gonna do prospects first. Ron is the first prospect on my list. So I'm gonna message Ron. Now, I personally like using Facebook Messenger for the majority of my messaging because it gets the best response rate. Okay, it's got other benefits too because people can click on me and see my profile page and feel like they're connected to what I'm doing before they even respond. Even if they don't respond, I'm pretty confident they're clicking and checking things out, which is good. And when they do respond, it prioritizes me in their feed so they see all my posts. Pretty cool, right? So, but you can also use whatever you want. You can log anything in Teamzy. Look, you can log email, text, Instagram, Snapchat, LinkedIn, phone calls. You can do your video chat things, their voice messages. I know you guys are Voxer fanatics, that kind of stuff. You can do all that stuff, log it in there. Okay, I'm gonna use Facebook to connect with Ron. Now, here's the problem. What the heck am I gonna say to him? This is one of the things I want you guys to understand. When we built Teamzy, I didn't have scripts in here. I just assumed that people knew what to say. People came to me and said, Eric, what do I say? People still do that, even with the scripts. But I put all my scripts that I use in here for you. So go to scripts right here and click on this. And we're just gonna grab one. I'm gonna grab a Facebook script. I'll just get this very first one, connect number 1. This is what it says. Hi, Jane, just stopping by to say hello. How are you? I hope your day is awesome. Okay, so what I'll do is click on copy script. That copies it to my clipboard. I'm gonna paste it right in here so I can edit this. Obviously, Ron's name is not Jane, so I need to change the name. Just stopping by to say, hi Ron, just stopping by to say hello. How are you? Hope your day is awesome. Let me put a little, I love emoticons, so, wait, come on keyboard. Oh, there it is, just slow. Put a little emoticon in there, great. Now I've got it just the way I want it. The emoticon's there. So I'm gonna send this in Facebook. Now, you have to actually send it through Facebook. Teamzy can't do that. Facebook doesn't allow any apps to send messages for it, at least not through a private page, which is what we use in our businesses, right? So I've got Facebook open up here in my browser. I'm just gonna toggle over there. And let me see here. We'll just look up Ron. There he is. And we're gonna send him this message. Okay, ready to go? Send. Simple and easy. How long did that take me? 10 seconds? Great. Now I finished logging it in Teamzy by just saying it's Facebook. See this big blue log connect button right here? Boom, done. Logged. Now I've got up on my scoreboard, look at this guys, 1, 8 to go. Next person on my list is Jay. I'm just gonna use that same script. It's still on my clipboard. I'm just gonna paste it in there and change the name to Jay. This is how I can get 20 done in 15 minutes. Just pasting the same message over and over. Why not? Okay. In 2 to 3 months, when these people come up, I'll send them a different script. So that's ready to go. I've copied it. Again, I'm just going to toggle over to Facebook real quick, send her the message. There she is. Super fast. Send her that message. Boom, sent. Go back to Teamzy, finish logging that. Log connect, boom. 2 done, 7 left. Do you see how this works? Just go down your list. Now, a couple things are happening. Some people will immediately respond. Don't get into the conversation until you finished your outgoing messages, okay? Because you could get sidetracked. Keep going with your outgoing messages. Don't respond to anybody that's coming back to you until you're done with them, okay? Now, I want you guys to understand that some people won't respond, and that's okay. You don't have to worry about them at all. You don't need to set a new follow-up or anything because they're in Teamzy. They're going to come back up again based on their star ranking in 30, 60, 90, 120 days. You don't have to worry about them at all if they don't respond. You're only going to worry about the people who do, but we'll get there in a second. So I'm going to keep going down my list. Now I'll message Brandy, then Charlene, then Julianne. I'm going to continue sending that little connect to make their day and get them to smile. And I'm going to keep going until this circle turns blue and I've completed my goal of 9 prospects for the day. Then I'll go to the next list, which is customers. Okay? My customers, I'm going to do the same thing. If you're not sure what to say, use one of these scripts I made for you. Okay? So great. Here's a good one. Hi, John. How are you enjoying the products? Please send me an update. Let me know how I can be of help. Great. Let's copy that one. So I want you to see how easy this is, you guys. What's her name? Lexine. It's a cool name. Hi, Lexine. How are you enjoying your tower garden. Please send me an update. Let me know how I can be of help. How easy is that? Again, copy it, send it in Facebook, right? And log it in Teamzy. And then go to the next person, Joby. Connect with them. Keep going down your list, connecting with your customers. I want you guys to know really quick on this. Connecting with customers is as important as prospecting. Okay, connecting with customers is as important as prospecting. Love you too, Susan. This is so important. First off, some of you overcomplicate your lives, okay? And I'm not, some of you are like, he's talking to me right now. Some of you do overcomplicate your lives. Staying in touch with customers is of primary importance, but you don't need a complicated program to do it. You don't need to go, okay, I got to do 37 days after their order and then 12 days after that and 14 days after that. You don't need to do that. That's overcomplicating your life. Just let Teamzy tell you, just rank them 5, 4, 3, 2 stars and let Teamzy just keep you in touch. That's it. You just need to be in touch. That's it. You just need to be in touch. Okay? Because when you're in touch with people on a regular basis, they order more products and they retain longer. They retain longer on their monthly reorders and they order more products. This is a statistical fact. They will retain longer and order more. You just need to be in touch. You get your team in a 30-day free trial Teamzy challenge and you'll notice the entire team volume will go up. Why? Because they're just in touch with their customers. That's all. That's all. Think about this. You go to a great restaurant. Okay, and you're with your significant other having a wonderful meal, maybe having an adult beverage or something, possibly. And you never see your waiter or waitress again until the check comes. How likely were you to get another adult beverage or to order a dessert or to add anything to your check? And did you feel like you got great service? Does this make sense? However, if you have an attentive service, you'll probably buy a lot more products and you'll have a much better time. It's a better experience for everybody, so stay in touch. The other reason why you need to be in touch with your customers is how many of you raise the little hand button if you would like some new customers in your business? Let me see who would like some new customers. Anybody? Everybody wants some new customers. Okay, so where do you go to get new customers? You're here tonight. Do you think I'm going to tell you? I am going to tell you. The best place to find a new customer. If you don't already know this, write this down. The best place to find a new customer is from your current customer. The best place to find a new customer is from your current customer, okay? 82% of North Americans, forgive me if you're watching this from somewhere outside of North America, but you're probably the same because people are people. 82% of North Americans make buying decisions after getting a recommendation from a friend or family member. So what do your customers who are loving your products do? What do people do when they love products? They tell other people about them. They talk about them. They're excited about them, right? Which means you guys have customers right now who are excited about JuicePlus, who are talking about JuicePlus. They're sharing their testimony with their friends. What does that mean? It means their friends and family are interested in buying JuicePlus. The question is, are you in touch with your customers? Are you getting introduced to those people? Okay? Or are you forcing those people to go Google JuicePlus and find some other way to get it without getting your service, without being connected to you? You need to be in touch with your customers, especially your good ones. 5-star them so you're talking to them more, okay? And let them know, hey, I'm proud of you. Hey, you're getting great results. Is there anybody that you care about that I can help? Is there anybody that needs some more information about JuicePlus? Let me know. Have you been talking to anybody about what we're doing? Is anybody you know excited about what we're doing that I can help? I want to help them. Introduce me so I can help them. Okay? If you have one good customer, you don't have to do any marketing plan or scheme for the rest of your business. You build that relationship, they'll bring you 2 more, 3 more, you get from them, you get from them, you get from them, you get from them. You build trust, you become an advocate, people become advocates for you. They build your business for you. Starts with staying in touch with your customers. Get them into Teamzy, just start connecting with them. Okay, just start connecting with them. Be present for them, be their friend. Next group is distributors. Why do you think we called it Teamzy? Okay, so you're going to, man, I have a great list of distributors, don't I? These are all great JuicePlus leaders that I've done trainings for. You're going to message your distributors. You're going to just send them a message. Hey, I was proud of you. You signed up your first customer. Good for you. Congratulations. You know, Maybe you haven't heard from this distributor in months. Hey, I haven't heard from you in a while. I was thinking of you today. Is there anything I can do to make your day? Send them a quick message. Guys, it's so important to be in touch with your team. Your team will stay longer in this business, right? And we know they need to stick with it to be successful, right? They will stick with it longer, not because they're making money, but because they feel connected to you. Okay? So if you want to help them be successful, help them by having a relationship with them. So here's your power hour. You connect with your prospects. Just go down the list, connect. Connect with your customers. Just go down the list and connect. Connect with your distributors. Just go down the list and connect. In our example, it's 19 people. You can do that in 20, 30 minutes with Teamzy, right? The last list is follow-ups. Wait, there's nobody on my follow-ups list. The follow-ups list is not automatic. You have to put people on the follow-ups list. I just want you guys to understand. I'm going to show you how to do this. The follow-ups list is designed to follow up with people who are interested in the business or in the products. Now, you can use it for anything. You can use it to remember, to remind yourself to call the dentist. But the point is, that's what it's designed to help you follow up with people who have shown interest. So how do we find those people? So we've messaged. Now, I want you to picture this. You messaged everybody, okay? You sent these messages out. The responses start coming in. And your typical response rate is probably going to be about 50%, which is amazing. So if you're doing 19, 20 connects a day, you're getting 10 people that respond in some way to your message. Wow. That's 50 people a week you're starting conversations with. Do you guys understand this? Wow. Now, out of those conversations, some will fizzle out in a minute or two, and that's fine because they'll come back in Teamzy in a month or two, and you'll just keep connecting. Over time, that relationship will get warmer. Some of those conversations will turn into great conversations. And here's what I want you to do in the conversation. Just ask questions. Get to know them. Find out what's happening in their life. Okay? If they're not wanting to tell you anything, this is my little key phrase that I use is just, hey, man, send me an update. Send me an update. What have you been up to? Send me an update. What have you been up to? And then sometimes you get an update. And that gives you something to talk about. What you're doing is you're looking for a way to help them. Just look for a way to help them. If you focus first on making their day and second on finding a way to help them, you'll have a great conversation. Don't worry about using JuicePlus to help them or getting a sale. Just worry about helping them. They might need a recommendation to a vet for their dog, and you know a great one. They might need someone to pray with them today because they're having a tough time. They might need JuicePlus. Okay? But the point is, just find a way to help them. Now, in those conversations where they're excited about learning more, here's how you do it. So I messaged my friend Jay, and we're talking and catching up. She's like, what are you doing, Eric? Now, if somebody asks me what I'm doing, I tell them what I'm doing and why I'm passionate about it. Write that down, what you're doing and why you're passionate about it. If they don't ask me what I'm doing, I tell them what I'm doing and why I'm passionate about it. That's my main goal in the conversation after I help them, is to let them know. I want them to know what I'm doing and why I'm passionate about it. I told you guys that I got a tower garden from my friend Ron, and he asked me, he's like, why did you pick me? You know thousands of JuicePlus people. I said, I do, and I know everyone would have appreciated it, but his story really moved me because he told me what he does, why he does it, and why he's passionate about it. Here's somebody who was diagnosed with terminal cancer, and through JuicePlus and tower gardens and changing his lifestyle, he was able to put that into remission against all odds. And now he's on a mission to help other people do the same. What are you on? What's your mission? What are you doing? Why are you passionate about it? Let people know. You want to sell me capsules? Or are you on a mission to change people's lives? Let me know what you're on a mission for. That's okay. She's going to go, wow, I'm telling Jay this. She goes, wow, Eric, that's great. Good for you, right? And then I'll just say, well, hey, are you interested in learning more about it? Would you like to learn more about what I'm doing? Simple question, right? And Jay says, sure, I'd like some more information on that. It sounds interesting. Great. Now I'm going to invite her to something. If she says, no, I'm not interested in learning more, thanks anyway. I don't have a need for that right now. Great. Could you do me a favor, Jay? Would you do me a favor? If you come across anybody who needs help with their health or nutrition, because I have such a desire and heart to help people like this. If you come across anybody like that, would you please introduce them to me so that I could get them some more information? What she'll say is, sure, I'll do that, Eric. I'm starting to plant the seeds for her to be my advocate. Now, when she says, yes, I'd like some more information, now I'm going to invite her. Let me show you how to do that in Teamzy. So here's how it goes. First, Jay's no longer on my dashboard, so I need to look her up in the lookup bar. Okay, look her up in the lookup bar. That brings me in her record. So what I'm going to do now is, as I'm talking to her, I'm going to say, okay, well, Jay, you know, tonight we're having a meeting. It's on Facebook Live. Why don't you join that and get some information on the business, and I'll connect you tomorrow and see if you have any questions. She says, that sounds perfect. Great. So I'm going to send her this link to business opportunity meeting on Facebook. Okay. Hold on. My microphone's in the way of my keyboard. Let me see. Facebook Live link, I'm going to say. Great. I'm sending her that. I'm messaging that to her. And see where it says in 2 days? This is my follow-up. It's automatically set for me now. It's putting her on my follow-ups list because I'm sending an invite. I'm going to actually make it tomorrow. So now when I log this connect, it's actually an invite connect, and it puts her on my follow-ups list. See, she's on my follow-ups list. So if I go on my dashboard, this is what it looks like. Follow-ups. There she is. So she's now been temporarily moved off my prospects list, and she lives on my follow-ups list. So tomorrow, when I do my power hour, I do the same thing I showed you tonight. I connect with my prospects, my customers, my distributors, and then I go to my follow-ups list and I connect with everyone who's due for a follow-up. Okay? Now I'm following up now on an interest, on an invite. So what I'll do is I'm going to come down here to scripts. I'm going to go to Facebook again, and I'm going to get a follow-up script that Eric has lovingly put in here for you. I have my 10 best follow-up scripts in order, numbered in order. Honestly, guys, you cannot mess this up. They're in order 1 through 10. So I'll grab number 1, which says, hi, Jane, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Great. I love that follow-up script, by the way. It took me years to refine that down to make it so short, and it works so great. So look, I'm going to send her this message. Oh, wait, that's not her name. Make sure you get the name right. What questions do you have for me? Okay, great. Now, I'm going to send this to her on Facebook the same way. Toggle over. There's Jay. Let's send her the follow-up message. Jay's a good sport. She works for Teamzy, so she lets me message her at all hours. Great. So I send her that message. Great. There it is. Boom. It's sent. Now I'm going to log it in Teamzy. But before I log it, I'm going to set my next follow-up. Let's say 2 days from now, I'll follow up again. Log connect. So she stays on my, see, now I've got an invite logged. Right? And you can see I've got my follow-up done. See, follow-up's number 1. And she's on my list again for Saturday. I'm going to follow up again. This is super important. It's super easy. So your power hour goes like this, guys. Connect with prospects. Prospects, customers, distributors, then do your follow-ups. That's your power hour. And then later in the day, schedule some time to have the ongoing conversations that you're creating. Okay, you do that every day, you're going to win. Now, I want to talk to you a little bit about follow-ups. In the beginning, I told you that 80% of the people you could help, you're losing right now. They're falling through the cracks. It all comes down to follow-up. So I've just shown you the system, the Teamzy system, which will make sure that you don't lose people. Make sure you keep them on your follow-ups list until they convert. But I want you guys to understand that 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. How many of you, raise your hands if you typically follow up 10 times with somebody who's been a little interested? Not too many. 1% of the group. This is why I could confidently say that 80% of your leads were being wasted. Now, here's the thing I want you guys to understand. I told you, when you clicked and signed up for this webinar, I said I was going to share two Facebook Messenger tricks. Tricks is probably the wrong term, but techniques that will help you convert more sales. How many of you are really here in this business because you have a passion for helping people and you believe you can change people's lives by representing JuicePlus? Let me see your hands. Pretty much everybody. Everyone who's not in the other room making a sandwich is raising their hand, which is good. God bless you guys. I'm glad I'm here with you. I'm glad I'm here with you, part of this community. You're my people. Here's what I want you to understand. If 80% of people won't convert, they won't make a purchase until 7 or 10 follow-ups, I want you to think about it this way. 80% of the people you could help, you won't be able to help unless you follow up that much. Does that kind of change the way you think about it a little bit? This is why I want you to understand that following up is not something that you do that annoys people. Following up is an act of love. Following up is an act of love. Write it down if you haven't written that down already. Following up is an act of love. Put it on your computer, a little sticky note. You're not going to use those for your prospects anymore. You can use them for that little motivational thing. Following up is an act of love. Okay. Not following up, by the way, communicates I don't care about you. Sorry, I don't care about you. Now, here's what really happens. You start following up, you follow up 3 times, and you get nothing but crickets. And you start creating reasons why they're not responding. And I do this, I teach this stuff, and I still do it too. It's human nature. But I want you to manage that emotion. Because here's what's really happening. Jay's interested. She comes to our online event. She thinks it's super cool. I follow up the next day with that first message. She sees it and she says, oh my gosh, yes, I gotta respond to this. And then she goes, oh my goodness, the dog just threw up on the baby. I gotta go handle that. She puts the phone down and she handles her life. I message her the next time, something else. It's dinner time. She can't respond. The next time, whatever. I'm creating all these reasons. Oh my gosh, she's not interested. She's broke. She has no money. Her husband's overbearing. It's tax season. Whatever. She doesn't like the president. Who cares? You're making that stuff up. 80% of people won't respond to the first 5 or 6 follow-ups. 20% of people will sign up right away. Those are the people you've got so far. The rest of them, the normal people, you haven't got yet. So here's the thing. I'm going to teach you how to follow up without being annoying. Okay? If you follow these 2 principles, people will thank you. You'll follow up 10 times to somebody, they'll thank you. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for staying in touch with me. You're amazing. How do you get that response? You follow these principles. Okay? And if they go counter to what you've been taught in the past, I apologize in advance, but this is the way to do it. Number 1, never ask someone to do anything in the follow-up. Don't ask them to do anything in the follow-up. Okay? Don't ask them to respond. Don't ask them to text you back. Don't ask them to call you. Don't ask them if you're doing an event invite. Don't ask them to RSVP for the event. Don't ask them to do anything in your follow-up. Nothing. They should not have to take any action. The only thing you want is for them to see it. Okay? Number 2, if you don't want to be annoying, the number 2 principle is this. Your follow-ups always should be written. They should always be written. Never voice, never video. God forbid, don't call somebody on the phone and leave them a voicemail because nobody likes their phone ringing. Nobody likes their phone ringing unexpectedly. Okay? You can talk to people on the phone after you set an appointment via messaging. It needs to be written and it needs to be short. Why? Because they need to be able to see it on the lock screen of their phone without opening the message. They need to be able to see it on the lock screen of their phone without opening the message. If you do it that way, that you will ensure that they always get your message. They will always get your message if you do it this way. And because they can see your message no matter what's happening, they won't be annoyed. Okay? Now, the 10 scripts I put in Teamzy already follow these rules. Just use them. But you can follow up forever this way. And people will thank you for it. People will thank you for it. Okay? Just follow those rules. It's so easy. Okay? And you just let them know that you care. You just let them know that you're here. And they will understand following up is an act of love. They will feel the love. They will thank you profusely for it. So as you're following up, let's say Jay finally converts. She signs up. She joins the team. How do I finish her off in Teamzy? What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the team page to her record. You can look her up in the lookup bar to jump there. Where it says sale, I'm going to click on sale. And all there is one choice, application fee or a retail sale, right? So I'm going to put application fee and hit save. Now Teamzy knows that all this work has converted to a sale. And then I'll tag what she bought. Okay, I'm going to say that she got a tower garden. I'm just going to add a tag so I know what product she bought, right? So tag everything she buys. And then I'll move her from prospect to distributor by clicking on that, personally sponsored. Now she's on my team, okay? I can remove the follow-up if I want and just let her go into my Teamzy flow, or I could set a follow-up. Maybe I'm going to start her, her training as a new distributor on my team. Make sense? That's how you do it. That is the system. You stay in touch with everybody. Everybody you get them into Teamzy. Some people are going to be glad to hear from you. Some people won't remember who you are, and that's okay. You're going to start building trust over time with people. The people who you've already built trust over the years, your 4- and 5-star people, they're going to be excited to hear from you right away. You're going to generate a lot of right now income, and then everybody else, you're going to be building trust over time, building advocates. What's not going to happen is you're not going to get to national marketing director and then go, how do I sustain this? I'm totally burned out. You're going to have a business built in relationships that's self-sustaining and fulfilling. How cool is that? All right, for those of you who have managed to stick with me this long tonight, let's do some Q&A. I've already got 18 questions in the Q&A. Okay, then I'm not going to really ask for that many more. We're just going to go in there. Okay. Before I do the Q&A, though, I want to give you guys some action steps. First off, I want you guys to know that if you have a large team, or if you're part of a large team, and you would like me to do a personal training for your team, you can send that request over to support@teamzy.com. All right, that's the email address, support@teamzy.com. And we'll do, either myself or a member of my team can do a team training for your team specifically to help them get using Teamzy. We'd be happy to do that for you. Here's your action steps before I take questions. All right, we already know that you need a system. You got the system, great. Action steps. Get your 30-day free trial started if you have not already done that. If you're in your free trial now, set up your subscription so when the 30 days is up, you don't miss a beat, okay? Set up your subscription. Now, Teamzy is $29.99 a month for Teamzy, which is $1 a day to have all of this. Now, for JuicePlus, though, it's $19.95 a month. That's it, 60 cents a day. That's because your company cares so much about you. They came to us, they said, we need this for our distributors. It's helping people unbelievably. What can we do? So we negotiated that. They've endorsed us. You guys have that special deal, which is amazing. You can even save 2 months off of that if you buy a year in advance. Okay. Get a 30-day success partner to do your trial with you. Okay. Get a success partner. This is one of the most key things you can do for your business. Now, I say 30-day success partner because sometimes it doesn't work out or whatever. Just let's start with a short-term commitment. But do Teamzy together for 30 days. And what I want you to do is take a screenshot of your completed dashboard every day and message it to your partner. Because what happens is you'll get that message on a day when you've done nothing, and you'll go, oh man, now I have to do it. And it will help you get a lot more done. You will get so much more done. We are not wired to do stuff for ourselves. We're wired to do stuff for others. So leverage that special ability that you have, get somebody to hold you accountable and get after it. And then my last action step for you is a 5-day challenge. I want you to connect with 100 people in 5 days. That's 5 days in a row, okay? 20 people a day, you can do it in 30 minutes. That's what I demonstrated today, okay? I want you to do that because I want you to feel how much momentum you can create in 5 days using the system. You will probably feel a little bit overwhelmed. But listen, do you want to be overwhelmed with stress or overwhelmed with opportunity? Just because you're successful doesn't mean you're not overwhelmed anymore. It's just a different overwhelm. It's a good overwhelm. Okay? That makes sense? Who's in for these action steps? Okay, good. Awesome, you guys. All right, so I just want you to understand that active users of Teamzy right now are getting some great results, doing basically what I showed today. What I demonstrated today, the numbers, is the average number that our active users are doing, and they're getting 21 customers and 9 recruits over 90-day periods. Okay, that's what they're averaging, 21 customers and 9 recruits. So over 90 days, multiply that out through the year. How does that look, guys? Go for it. Okay, let's do some questions. 24 questions, holy moly. All right. Let me start at the top. How long will the training be? Well, Susan, you already got that one because we're here at the end of it. Thank you for doing this. You're welcome. Will this recording be available afterwards? And if so, where? Yes. This will be posted on the Teamzy YouTube page, and we will also email it to everybody, okay? I started throwing away cards because of Marie Kondo. Kristen says that's funny. Well, hopefully you won't regret that. I got rid of a bunch of books when I read her book, and I wish I had them. Listen, when you're working in a shed, you don't think you're going to need your books. Now I have a 420 square foot office. I wish I had all my books back. I want to build like those floor to ceiling shelves, right? Once you've added your Facebook friends to Teamzy, is there a way afterwards to transfer new Facebook friends? Vince asked that. Okay, good question, Vince. So a couple things. The best practice, Vince, is as you're meeting new people on Facebook on a daily basis, add them to Teamzy as you go by clicking the add contact. Okay, let me show you how easy it is. Where is it? Teamzy, where'd you go? So I'm on my dashboard and I meet Vince on Facebook, right? And I'm just gonna put him in here. So now he's in. He's on my list, okay? He's good to go. Now, if you fall behind, Vince, there's two things you can do. What I've done in the past is if I fall behind a week, I go to Facebook and I look at recently added and I just add them all. But if you do a mass import of Facebook again, a second time later down the road, Teamzy will only add the new people. It won't duplicate the people you already have. Okay? Great. So there's one down, 22 to go. Debbie says, I have loved the connections and consistency I've had since Teamzy. I'm glad to hear that, Debbie. And I'm sure the people you're connecting with have loved it too. Heather says, how would you handle 1,200 prospects? I have contacted all of them and are building relationships, but don't feel consistent because the number of people and haven't had any success with helping them with JuicePlus. Heather, get them into Teamzy and continually contact them. Stay in contact with them. Just be in contact. Just be a friend. Just be present. How are you? How was your holidays? Did you do anything fun for Christmas? Just stay in touch. And look for opportunities to share your heart, share your stories. Hey, I thought of you the other day because I was working with a client, whatever. You just stay in touch with people over time. Over time, you will build trust with people and you'll be surprised. Remember how in the beginning we talked about how consistency builds trust and how people are attracted to it? When you start connecting with people consistently, you'll see the results are amazing. 1,200 prospects is awesome. Good job. That's a good place to start for building your business. Jennifer says, do you have to export Google Contacts to CSV to import, or is there a wizard? Yes, Jennifer, you do, and you can get the step-by-step instructions in our Help Center. It's actually pretty easy to do. Okay. Jennifer's using Close. Is there a way to import contacts from that app? Okay, so I'm not familiar with their system, but what you want to look for, Jennifer, is in that app, you want to look for instructions to export your data. And it will probably give you a CSV export. And then you can take that data and assign most of it into Teamzy, okay? If you have any trouble with it, what I want you to do, Jennifer, is get the export file from Close and email it to support@teamzy.com and say, could you help me import this? If you run into any trouble, my team will just do it for you. Christine says, are there any plans to make Teamzy an app? Great question. So Teamzy has a mobile website currently that is awesome. In fact, I think it's like 87% of our users use it mobile. Okay. So the way you get there is you go to, in an iPhone, you go to Safari. In a Google phone, you go to Chrome. And you just go to your website, teamzy.com. The actual working site is called app.teamzy.com, app.teamzy.com, and just save it to your home screen on your phone so you can open it like an app, okay? So once you're in there mobile, you can toggle easy back and forth to Facebook Messenger, to text messages. You can toggle log and work great. But yes, to answer your question, so right now you can use that, which is great. We are developing a native application as we go too. Hopefully later this year, that one will be ready. Dolores, you are working with a new person with a very large, high-quality contact list. When they went through and started the list, the number of 5-star contacts was greater than the total number of prospects that are set to come up in a 30-day period. What should they do? Okay. They should move some to 4 stars. However, Dolores, it's very rare that somebody actually has that many 5-star prospects. Okay? So just have them move a lot of them to 4s. Most people, if you have 15 or 25-star relationships, it's pretty awesome. So if you have, so what you're saying is in 30 days, let's say they're connecting with 20 prospects a day, you're telling me this person has 600 5-star people. That's highly unlikely. They need to re-rank. Okay. If they do, that's awesome. Great. You might have your first millionaire. Okay. Luann, does it seem insincere to just say hi when you've already been sharing product or business? Here's the thing, Luann. It's kind of like you may have burned the bridges a little bit in the past, and now you have to reestablish trust. Okay? It's only insincere if it is insincere. So if you really just are trying to get back to that sale question, then it will come across that way. But if you're genuinely going, okay, he's right, I just want to invest in people, great, it's going to work. So what I would do, Luann, is just say, hey, it's been a while since I checked in. How are you? What have you been up to? Okay. And if they say, are you messaging me about JuicePlus? Say, I was just checking in, but if you want to talk about JuicePlus, I'm always here for you. Okay. Anonymous says, for people we haven't talked to in a long time, like years, do we use a special script? I just feel weird reaching out randomly like that, thinking they're wondering, why the heck is she reaching out to me? What does she want to sell me? LOL. But seriously, is there a specific script for that, or what do you recommend saying in these cases? So if you go into my scripts, number 3 is the one I would use, which is, hey, I saw you cross my Facebook feed and thought I'd say hello. Now, what will happen, anonymous? I know you didn't put your name in, so I'm going to call you anonymous. What will happen is some of them will go, your Facebook looks like it got hacked because I got a message from you and you never talked to me. Which is okay, that's on you, not them. So you just go, no, it didn't get hacked. It really is me. And it really was me reaching out. I know it's been years, I'm sorry. Just thought I'd check in. What have you been up to? And just go from there. Okay, go from there. Hey, I want to tell you a quick story. How many questions do I have still to go? Oh my gosh, maybe I shouldn't stop and tell you. Well, it's okay. I might not get to all of them. Let me just tell you the story. So when I was working my business, I had like the rough draft of Teamzy. I was the only one who had it. It was a mess. It wasn't ready for you guys yet. And I messaged this real estate broker that I knew up in Northern California from my previous business. And I messaged him and we're talking and I got into what I'm doing and how I help people lose weight and get healthy. And he said, hey, Eric, I just wanted to let you know, when you were posting about real estate and real estate related topics, you were highly relevant. But since you've gotten into this health and fitness thing, your posts are no longer relevant and I'm going to unfriend you. How many of you would be like, oh my gosh, right? And I was mad. I was mad and hurt. And I went and vented to my wife. She's good for that. And then when I calmed down, I said, this is an opportunity. I went back and I messaged him and I said, hey, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for letting me know that. But I know you know a lot of people. And if you come across anybody who's really challenged with their weight or their health, I have such a passion to help them. Could you connect me with them? Can you connect me with people who might need more information on what I'm doing? He said, sure, I could do that. And he sent me a couple names. Guys, I'm telling you, you need to be fearless. If you're going to serve and help people, that's what you need to do. Okay? Don't spend time going, oh, I haven't talked to them in 10 years. So now be a friend. Start today. Alan says, as I'm connecting with my prospects, don't respond to someone who messages me back right away until I'm done connecting with prospects. Yes. Or until I'm done with my prospects, customers, and distributors for that power hour. Okay, yes, good question. Ellen, finish your power hour, prospects, customers, and distributors, and then you can respond. Okay? Otherwise, you won't finish it. And if you're going efficiently, it won't take you long to get there. Where do the connect notes get stored? Oh, okay, so they get stored, or should I cut and paste them all into the notes section? No, Luann, they get stored. So when you do a connect, look, check this out. If I connect with Vince, Vince is on the call. Hey, Vince. Right, if I log this connect with Vince right now, it's right here in the activity feed. Okay? The activity feed will have everything you do with them. It's all there. Now, if I message Vince and he responds and we have a 3-day conversation on Facebook Messenger, that's not all going to be in Teamzy. You could go back in here and paste it in, that whole conversation if you wanted to. Personally, I don't bother doing that. All I want to know is that I connected with him on the 21st of February and he's going to come up again 3 months later, unless I set a follow-up. That's all that matters. Because when he comes up 3 months later and I go to Facebook Messenger, I'll see the whole conversation there, if that makes sense. I want you to minimize the homework you need to do and focus on the DMO that you need to get done. Make sense? Socorro. I love your name, by the way. I know you're in my boot camp and I see your name and I'm always like, I love that name. By the way, perfect name for what we're talking about. You need to use that in your marketing. Hey, my name means to help. That's what I'm doing. Okay, how can you scroll down your follow-ups that you know you need to do but don't remember who they are and they're not up next? Okay, so Socorro, here's how you do it. You go to your team page and you see where it says follow-ups upcoming? Click that and you've got your entire follow-ups list. I only have one, but if you have 100, you'd see them all. You'd be able to scroll all of them. Okay, great. Jenna says, what about Instagram? What about it? So maybe you're connecting with people on Instagram and you can definitely log, wait, that's the wrong button, sorry. Come on. Got too many things going on. You can definitely log Instagram, that you're connecting with people on Instagram. I'm not sure exactly what your question is. If your question is about importing your Instagram followers, Instagram doesn't provide an export function like Facebook does, so you can't get the whole list easily. But what I recommend you do is add Instagram people as you go, as they are interacting with you to your Teamzy account, okay? If that answers your question, hopefully it does. Jennifer says, how do you rate Facebook Messenger versus sending a text message? Does it vary based on if it's a follow-up? Jennifer, typically Facebook Messenger has a better response rate. Now, it's not going to be true of everybody. Some people don't use Facebook that much, in which case a text may be better. So text would be the next best thing, in my opinion, to Facebook Messenger. So you'll just decide as you go what's the best thing. Now, if that makes sense, okay. Saviera says, thank you so much for sharing all the knowledge. Can we please have a recording? Yes, I made the recording. You'll get it. Anonymous, can you download Google? Oh, wait, hold on. My computer isn't funny. Can you download Google or Excel sheets of customers or prospects? You can export your data at any point, okay, if you need to. Now, the thought of you working your business from a spreadsheet, honestly, made me throw up a little bit in my mouth. That's why we built Teamzy, so you don't have to do that anymore, okay? So you don't have to do that anymore. Teamzy will tell you exactly who to connect with every day without having to think. It will tell you exactly where to follow up. You don't need to do that stuff anymore, okay? All right. Alexandria says, would this work for people you met at a networking event or fair? Absolutely. You add them to Teamzy. In fact, you pull up your phone and say, let me put you in my system so that I can stay in touch with you and get their information, okay? By the way, Alexandria, a really great tip I learned for networking with people, when you meet somebody, rather than just exchanging cards with them and you want to stay in touch, what you do is you take a selfie with them with your phone together, and then you say, I'm going to text this to you so you have my number. What's your number? And then you text them the picture of you. Then they have your phone number and they remember who's associated with it. And you also have the same thing. How cool is that? Yes. The other thing that I do with networking with people is I say, let's stay in touch on Facebook. Open your Facebook app and I will send you a friend, and I will send myself a friend request from your account so that we can connect. That works great too. Okay. I'm halfway through, 22 out of 22. Okay, my Zoom's messing up. I can't see the top one. So what if you don't use Facebook? Robin says, what if you don't use Facebook? Robin, here's my answer to you. Facebook is the greatest gift to direct sales in the history of the world. In fact, it is the best communication tool that has been given to us since the telephone. There's 1 billion daily users on Facebook. My answer to you is use Facebook. You're hamstringing yourself, okay? If we had this talk 50 years ago, you could be asking me, what if I don't use the telephone? I like to use the telegraph. So my answer to you is go use Facebook, okay? If you don't use Facebook, great. Then you're gonna work a little harder. You're gonna be using phone, you're gonna be texting, and it's just gonna be a little bit more work, okay? You're gonna be a little bit more old school and your results will probably be a little slower. Kate says, and by the way, I don't want to assume anyone's age because over 70 is the fastest growing group of Facebook users right now in the country. Kate says, what are the first few things you do with a new Teamzy to help them start strong, apart from get Teamzy? Yep, get them on Teamzy. That's the first thing because they can get some momentum their first month. I do believe, I signed up with my business to make $500 a month, and I did it my first month. If you can get somebody to make a few $100s their first month, they'll be much more likely to be engaged in building a business. So that would be the first thing I would do, is get them using Teamzy and help them understand how to process a sale so they can get some things going. Make sense? The biggest thing is, get them in an accountability group, get them hooked up so that you can get them connecting with people. That would be the first few things. I don't have time to go deep into that, but maybe that'll be another training we can do. How do you sign up as a JuicePlus rep to get the discounted rate? So when you sign up for your Teamzy free trial, make sure you choose JuicePlus. When your trial's up, it will present the option to subscribe and it will already be discounted for you, okay? You can also go to teamzy.com/JP to just get the JP only page, okay? Great. By the way, if you guys are finding this training helpful, please let JuicePlus corporate know. Because I would love to come to one of your live events, JuicePlus Lives, and train for you guys. Any advice on what to say when reconnecting with old friends you haven't spoken to in a while? So, Corinthia, what a pretty name. I would say what I said before, which is my connect number 3, I think is great for that, which is, hey, I saw you cross my Facebook feed and thought I'd say hi. What have you been up to? How are you? Right? Something simple like that. Or just, hey, it's been forever. How are you? Okay. Steph says, can you download your phone contacts into Teamzy? Absolutely. There's instructions on the Help Center on how to do it step by step. Addie says, how do I manage this on my phone? Just open in the browser? Yes, just open in the browser, Addie, and it works great. In fact, here, let me show you. I'll show you guys what this looks like. Plug it in. Hold on. Let me plug in my phone here. Share my phone screen. Here we go. Share. All right. Just give it a second. It always takes a second to bring the phone up. All right, you see it? There's my screen, okay? And you can see I've got Teamzy saved in the middle right-hand side of my screen. I've got Teamzy saved in my dashboard. I'm gonna click on that, open it up. It takes me to Teamzy, okay? Hold on, it needs my face. Signing me in. Okay, so there's Teamzy Mobile. How cool is that? Everything's there, your goals, the people you need to connect with. You click on somebody, you can log the invite right there, boom. Okay, great. You can do it all here. You can get to your scripts. Look, scripts are here. Here's the one I was talking about. So I crossed my feed, thought I'd say hello, how are you? Hope your day's awesome. Great, copy the script. Go back to this page. You paste it in there. Edit it the way you want it. Get it all ready to go. Then toggle over to Messenger and send it. Pretty cool, right? Yeah, the mobile webpage is awesome. All right. Marianne says, can you edit the personal info of a contact after they initially entered? Absolutely. So easy to do. Let me show you. So look, I'm on Maynard right now. If I want to edit this, all I do is I go over here and I just change it. You just type over it. Okay. You want to change his number? Great. Put in 760-222-111. Okay. You just write in this section, you put the addresses in. Make sense? If you misspelled his name, you just change his name and then click anywhere and it auto-saves it. Is there a way to know how many total contacts you have in Teamzy? Lisa says, yeah, absolutely. You go to your team page, okay? And make sure it's selected on all, which it is automatically, and you look to the right and it shows you how many contacts you have right there. And if you click on a team, like just customers, it'll tell you how many you have there. Okay. Karen says, why can you only add your Y on a desktop? Really? Is that true? Well, I know when we built the mobile, we tried to simplify it. Well, yeah, you can't do it on your phone. Probably just to simplify it, but we'll look into that, okay? It should be on the mobile, you're right. Jesse says, do you schedule follow-ups with prospects you haven't sent links or information about the business to? Jesse, personally, I would keep your follow-ups list for people who are interested and who you've invited somehow. You've given them a sample to try. You've brought them to an event. You've had coffee with them. That's who you're following up with. Otherwise, you're just connecting with them. You don't need to set a follow-up because they'll automatically come up on your connects list in Teamzy. Okay? Bianca says, what is an example of a short follow-up they can see on a lock screen, please? Okay, so let me just show you in scripts. In scripts here in Teamzy, I have them all for you. You ready? Follow-up number 1. Hi, Jane, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Follow-up number 2. Hi, Jane, just making sure you got my email or message. Checking in to see if you have any questions. Follow-up number 3. Hi, Jane, I'm excited about the goals we discussed. Can't wait to get started. Number 4. Hi, Jane, just staying in touch so I can help you achieve your goals. Number 5. Hi, Jane, I hope you're doing well. I'm here when you're ready. Number 6. Hi, Jane, I know you're excited about getting started and I promise to be here to help you along the way. Do you have any questions for me? Number 7. Morning, Jane, just stopping by to wish you a fantastic day. Number 8. Hi, Jane, I know life can be really hectic. I hope I'm not turning into a pest. I'm just trying to follow up and be present when you're ready. Let me know if I can help. Do you see how this works? Yes. I put them all in there for you. Bianca, just use those. They work great. Okay. I got to plug in this trackpad. Doesn't want to work. All right. Can you guys stop asking questions? No, I'm just kidding. I love you guys. How do you rate people manually? So look, you can rate them. Here's Abigail. I can rank her just by clicking on her stars. Okay. I can also change her from the drop downs. Okay. And on the dashboard, people have the drop downs. You can always change the ranks. Now, but what I demonstrated earlier, and Angela, was rank mode. So rank mode is where you turn it on here on the team page, and you can actually turn it on for the whole list, and you can go down your whole list and rank everybody all at once and get them done. Okay. All right. Amanda says, explain how to use the sale button again. Okay, great. So I'm connecting with Maynard. I'm on Maynard is my example right now. I'm connecting with Maynard for months, let's say, and he finally purchases. Now, I want Teamzy to know that the sale has been logged. Why? Because on the business page, there's statistics that help us forecast our business. And one of them is how many connects it takes for me to get a sale. Okay? And so that's recorded when I log it. So I'm going to go back to the team page real quick and show you how this works. So what I'll do is, let's say Maynard buys a Tower Garden. I'm going to click on sale, and I'm going to log that he bought something, right? So let's say other. And I'm just going to save it. That's just so that Teamzy knows I got a sale. And then I'm going to tag what he got. Okay. Now the tag is very helpful because not only can I come here and say, oh, Maynard bought a Tower Garden, but now I can actually go later to my tags and I can click on Tower Garden and I see everybody who's bought a Tower Garden from me, which is very useful for lots of reasons, as you guys can imagine. Okay. Now, the other thing I want to do with Maynard, by the way, when he buys, is I want to move him from prospect over to customer, just by clicking on that. Okay, and if he came on as a distributor, then I would put him on. I would click on that one. Renee says, "How would you suggest getting back canceled customers from the past?" Renee, great question. Here's the deal: I don't believe in canceled customers. Once they're your customer, they're always your customer. So even if they've canceled, JuicePlus sees them as a past customer. They're still your customer. Just treat them like a normal customer. Stay in touch with them. Just stay in touch with them. Okay? Think about all the businesses that you buy from, that you consider yourself a customer from, that you don't buy from every month. And so what I would do is I would get all those canceled customers. If they're not already in Teamzy, I would get them into Teamzy, put them on the customer list, and just reach out as if you would anyone else. Hey, it's been a while since I checked in. How are you? What have you been up to? Send me an update. Hope you're having an awesome day. Boom. You'll be shocked how many people will come back. How many people will come back? I know in my Beachbody business, people would, cancel their monthly shakes, and then when I needed to hit my bonus for the month, I would call people who hadn't got them in a few months because I knew they'd used up the supply they had stockpiled, and I would just reconnect, and they'd be, oh, I'm glad you reconnected. I need to get more stuff. I need to get back onto my subscription. Great. Done. Jane says, is it a problem doing Teamzy contacting late at night? I know I keep my phone in my room for emergencies. Not sure I would want to have a message ding at midnight from a contact outreach. Your thoughts? Janet, I don't think it's a problem. You will occasionally get somebody who says, who comments about it. And then you just apologize and say, I'm so sorry. I just assumed your phone would be on silent and you would get it when you woke up in the morning. I was just up and thinking about you, thought I'd message you. That's it. I did mine at 4 a.m. So it was the same thing. I got mine done at 4 a.m. People would start responding around 9 or 10. But don't overthink it. Okay? Don't overthink it. The most important thing, Janet, is to get it done. So if that's when you can get it done then. Socorro says, I don't see what the follow-up is because there were so many back and forth and didn't record. Is there a list for all the follow-ups? All the follow-ups are in scripts, Socorro. In scripts, okay? So you go to scripts and you'll see them listed there. Steph says, can you download your phone contacts to Teamzy? Yes, you can. The instructions are in the help center. Thank you, Eric. You're welcome. Leah says, when my customer distributor lists in the Power Hour have become empty, then my goals will be off each day. And not that I'm type A, but it is nice to see the completed tasks. Anyhow, should I just double up on prospects? Thanks in advance. Love Teamzy, Leah. So Leah, what you can do is you can go adjust those daily goals. Like if you know for the next couple of weeks, you're not going to have anybody come up because you've already gotten through your customers and team members. You can put those to 0 and then increase your prospects for a couple of weeks. Just remember to switch it back when it's time, if that makes sense. Then you can still get your 100% and feel good about things. Kate says, what are the first few things you do with the new, oh wait, we did that already. That's weird, it came up again. How do you handle friends that choose to just not respond after the first 4 or 5 messages? Nicole, you just messaged them 6 or 7 times. It's going to happen more than you think. And it's not because people don't like you. It's just the way people are wired. You know, they're just busy and they're doing other things. Their subconscious mind is keeping them away from it because it's a scary change type thing. Just stay in touch with people. Be gracious and love them. Give them grace. I've been hacked and can't get into my Facebook account. Any suggestions? You can't log in with your password? I don't know. I would send a message to Facebook and ask for help with that. Most of the time when people think they've been hacked, they haven't been hacked. They've actually been duplicated. Someone has duplicated them. They've taken their picture and their name, and they have reached out to their friends and tried to get them to friend them so they could do weird stuff. But if you've been hacked, I would contact Facebook. Alexandria says, what if you only have a phone number and email of a prospect from a fair networking event? You already talked to the person about your product. What kind of follow-up do you suggest? I would text them and say, let's say you have a phone number. I would text them and say, hey, it was great to meet you at the event. Really enjoyed talking to you. Let's stay in touch, you know. And I would text them my Facebook link and say, hey, why don't you friend me on Facebook so we can stay in touch there too? Try it. In your email signature, when you're emailing people, you only have email addresses, put in your email signature, let's stay connected on Facebook. Here's my link. Send me a friend request. And a certain percentage of people will friend you there. Okay. But just know that if you have to message somebody on Facebook 7 times for them to respond, just know that emails often are not seen at all. So you'll have to continually send emails over time. Okay. Vince, how do you add extra items to your dailies tab? All right. So Vince, what you do is you go to settings. This is an advanced question. Go to settings. Where am I? Right here on this little cogwheel. And you click on customizations right here on the left. And you can just add one. See, I added devotional. So you can add one, whatever it is. Okay, you just add it and save it, and it adds to your list on your dashboard. So look, on my dashboard, he probably noticed that I had devotional added as one of my things to check off. Okay, great. Where would you suggest cancel customers go? They go in your customers list, Alexandria. They go in your customers list. Okay, they're still your customer. In their mind, they're still your customers. Treat them that way. Patrice says, is it possible to move the Y further up? I can't see it unless I scroll. It is possible, but not today. I don't have the ability to change it for you today. Okay. Julia, the scripts aren't available on my iPhone. Yes, they are. So you open the Connect box, Julia, and they're in the Connect box. Okay, open the Connect box and they're in the Connect box. Tammy says, if you talk to someone not on your top 5, do you track that and not do one of your top 5 or do both? Yeah, you can track it. So let's say you're going to talk to somebody you look up in the lookup bar. Like I'm going to talk to Jolyn. Great. So I talked to Jolyn today. So I'm going to look her up in Teamzy and I'm going to log the connect. We had a great talk. Wait, I keep hitting that button. Let's say we talked on Facebook. Great. And, we talked about her tower. Great. So I'm logging this, right? That I did it and I log it and it logs it. So all that does for Jolyn is it moves her next contact date out a bit, unless I want to create a follow-up because we generated some interest. So that does count as one of my connects today. Okay. All right. So then you can keep working your list if you want. You can count it either way. It's up to you whether you do an additional one or you can count that. Arlene says, I aim for 100% of my power hour, but I struggle with adding contacts every single day. Should I adjust my goals? Yeah, you can adjust your goal down a little bit. But I just did a blog on how to add people to your list. Go to the Teamzy page and read the blog. But basically, there's lots of ways you can be meeting people. You definitely want to push yourself a little bit, though, to add people, but you can adjust it down a little bit if it's too high. That's fine. Socorro says, on the dashboard, only 4 left. We're almost at the end. Okay, good. I'm going to go eat some dinner and kiss my kids goodnight. On the dashboard, hovering over the circle of today's activities to see who are those connects would be so helpful instead of having to go to the top and click on activity history. Yeah, okay, that's a great suggestion. I'll let the team know about that one. Thank you, Janet says. You're welcome. Sarah says, what if they don't respond after 10 messages? Is that when you stop reaching out? So Sarah, what you can do after 10 is you can take them off your follow-ups list and just let them go back into the Teamzy flow if you want, or just keep reaching out to them, okay? I wouldn't stop because you never know what's gonna happen. I'm sorry, Eric, would you repeat where to find the actual follow-up? So the follow-up, okay, go to scripts. Follow-up scripts, is that what you're asking, Squirrel? The follow-up scripts are in scripts, okay? See follow-ups, there they are, numbered. Okay. The follow-up list is here, and to find the full follow-up list, oh, that's what you're asking. Go to team page on the left and click on upcoming follow-ups, and that will be your full list of follow-ups, okay? I've only got one, but if you would see it if you had a bunch. Okay. Thank you guys for being on here. I really appreciate it. We're very excited to be working with JuicePlus. Very honored to receive the endorsement of the company. I hope this was helpful to you. Please, when you get the recording to this, please share it with your team. And God bless you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great night. We'll talk to you soon.